and also welcome to anybody watching on the replay. Hope you all are doing well. I wanted to share with you tonight some stuff I got from Trinity. It's new to me, but it's not new release. And we're going to use some tonight to make our card. So we got these little florals. So I don't have a lot of florals from Trinity, so it's nice to have some on hand. And then there are coordinating dies. So these are called Summer Blooms. And now, if you saw my thumbnail, you'll see what we're using tonight. This little Viking gnome, I can't even get over how cool he is. And then there's a coordinating die for that. Then I got the little speech bubble dies that came out last year or so. Hi, Paula. Welcome. And well, I got them, but I shared them. So we got them as part of the Kendra's Card Challenges design team. And Trinity sent me the whole release, but I sent half of it to Kendra for her to use so that she could join in. Then a stencil. This is a springtime stencil, so it basically just has grass, a hill mass, little leaves, little bushes. Just handy to have all around. And then the layered rainbow stencil set, which has the layered rainbow and the clouds. And then this one you'll see me using around Halloween. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Dawn. And I love this because it's got the little crooked haunted house, and it's got this little etched roadway and stuff like that. Little tree, little witch, little ghosty, all kinds of fun stuff. And then she sent me 6 new blending buddies because I didn't have any for my distress oxides because I don't mix them. And I forgot to buy the clips. And so I need to get clips for them. For right now, they are hanging on some hooks on my magnetic rack. And we're going to use those tonight. And then this little tray, which is magnetic. Dinner sounds good. Hi, Pam. I'm starving, y'all. I have been really starving myself since I went low sodium. Because, you know, when I do something like that, I have to keep a diary. And if I have to write it down, sometimes I'm too lazy to write it down, so I won't eat. Or sometimes I'll be really, really bad and I'll feel guilty and I'll write it down and say what a screw up I am. But I also wanted to tell you about, if you don't get the Trinity Stamps newsletter, that they have a little giveaway going on right now that has to do with the blending buddies. And it's basically showing your blending buddies storage. So this is mine. And what it is I just made these 3 little boxes in kind of graduated sizes. So I was kind of hoping that they would stack like catty corner, but they don't. So I attached them, and they're going to all fall out when I flip this over, but I attached them to this little dollar store frame, and I propped them up with some little dowels here. And so they sit, on this little easel back where I can't knock it over. Not saying I don't knock it over. Oh no, Chow. So this holds 12, and I like to have holders for my stuff, and especially when it's stuff that I reach for frequently. And then, I of course utilize every bit of space in my craft room. And so because it sits like this on an easel, I know if I turn it sideways there, and I've knocked this over a few times, there's space kind of back behind here. Hi, Cordelia. Yummy. So, yeah, Mike's making me dinner tonight. He's making beer battered fish, which is lovely, except for I don't eat it without tartar sauce. And friends, tartar sauce is on a low sodium. So I made my own. And it's all good except for it needs salt. So there's that. Oh, thanks, Dawn. So I'm going to start out by making my background. So much like you saw in the thumbnail, he's kind of down by the sea. So I pulled out my, this is our Space Fog stencil from our last release. And I thought this would make kind of a neat shoreline. Um, so I'm going to start, and it has masks, so that's super cool. I'm going to start with making my background, and I'm going to do that on, let's do that on some, we'll just do that on some accent opaque. See if I can pick a piece up. I've been having, so I apparently went through withdrawals on the low sodium diet because basically what I cut out was almost everything I eat. So it kind of hurt, and I've been kind of sick in bed and sleeping a lot. I'm feeling better today though, but then again, I screwed up last night and ate some pasta that I had in the freezer because I was starving and I didn't feel like fixing any food. So he's going to have to be standing on the shoreline. Let's see which one of these will make a better shoreline. I think this one still will. It just doesn't quite go deep enough. I don't want him standing in the water. So I think I'll just utilize the top portion of this stencil. Let's go like so. Stick that down. And so I will have one blending buddy for my neutrals. And so this is my first test with Distress Oxides and my blending buddy. I'm just moving my keyboard. I ran out of places to keep my keyboard. And so it's on top of my Distress Oxides. And so hopefully I don't move it and break our live. Let's go with, oh, let's start with antique linen here. Yeah, it's a good idea to really, and if you start looking at labels, and that's, that's pretty much a responsibility when you're going to be careful. When your doctor tells you, let me send you to the ER because I don't like how high your blood pressure is. No, I don't want to. Please don't make me go to the ER. I hate that place. So there's kind of our shoreline, and then I'll add a little bit darker. Let's go with some tea dye. Stuff blends lovely with the this thingy. Ah, you got a thunderstorm, Cece. Hi, by the way. Look how nice that is. I love that. Really blends nicely. Let's do, I want a little bit more towards there. I just don't want it to go over. Oops, I got that line. I wasn't paying attention. Pay attention, dummy. Okay. We'll put a crab there because he's going to have a crab hanging out with him. You guys I follow this guy on Instagram, and he has this octopus that does the coolest stuff. Hi, Jana. Hi, TJ. Yeah, going to the ER is like an hours long escapade that I don't want to do. So now I'm going to grab the mask that matches that. Okay, think, T. Okay, wait a second. Why can't I figure this out? Because that's not the one I used. Or is it? I don't know. No, I used this one. Okay. See, big dummy. Hi, Lori. Hi, Blossom. Pam. Hi, Delise. Okay, so we're going to do our water now. So I already know what color this is. When I have my blending buddy, I'll put, when I have my clip, I'll put the right clip on there. Sometimes I'll just put a little alcohol ink on it until I get them. I have to kind of buy them one at a time. And I feel, like I asked already Trinity Stamps to send these to me at no cost. So I feel bad asking for the clips too. Let's go with, let's start out with some salvage patina here. Oh, they were going to send me to the ER because my blood pressure was like 190 over 100 or something crazy like that when I went to my doctor last week. I had been out of my blood pressure medicine, but only for about a day. Typically, it won't go that high. I've never seen it go that high, actually. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to blend these together because as we know, the water comes over the sand. And now it's not going to be perfect, but ooh, I love how these work with Distress Oxides, friends. Fabulous. Look at that. Just beautiful. And I think I might add in a little bit of peacock feathers too. And I know which colors I'll be using the most because there's a lot of colors in the Distress line. But typically these are the two kind of shades that I work with everything because I love them and I love them together and like rust colors. The cat shadow is a girl, has a kitten and milk. What are you talking about? Mike. Hi, by the way. I don't know what you mean. Hi, Di. So, friends, I have been sleeping and I thought maybe I had a virus or something, but I think it's just detoxing, honestly. Um, okay, so we've got that. Let's go in with a little bit of peacock feathers. See if I can find it. Lucky clover, pine needle, pistachio. Where are you, peacock feathers? Yeah, forget it. We'll go with Mermaid Lagoon. It's a bluer. We'll do it. We'll keep it in the blue range. Just kind of. So this Viking is somewhere where the water is pretty like this. I grew up around the Pacific Ocean where the water's almost black. It's so dark blue. So what I want now is I want some white here to kind of represent the bubbles. And I'm trying to think of how I want to accomplish that. Might use my stippling brush. Let's see if that works out. If it doesn't, I'll try something different. Let's see, I have a brand new one here. I don't know what you mean, the cat shadow, Michael. Like, from where the cat's laying, the shadow on the wall. What do you mean, Willis? Let's go with picket fence here. Oh, hi, Maddie. So we're working with some new Trinity Stamp product. New to me. It's not new release or anything. I don't know about the stippling. It's not giving me enough white. Okay, let's try something different. Think it through, T. How do you want to do this? Let's try brush sticks. That's a little better, but it'll take me all night to get this whole shoreline done. Okay. Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea, friends. I have a big idea. Let's get a brush. The stippling brush would work, but then if I get paint on it, I have to go wash it, and I don't want to. I'm lazy. Let's go. I don't think Posca's going to give me the white I need. Let's find out. Oh, okay, I got you. So wait a minute. The shadow. Okay, he's talking about shadow. Oh, she does. She has a kitten. Oh my gosh. So yeah, we have a stray cat that we feed. See, this stuff is just too dang watery. Let's see if I can get more ink to come out of it. So anyway, if you make yourself or devise some sort of a blending buddy storage system, if you post it on Instagram or in Trinity Stamps Facebook group, and if you do it on Instagram, you need to add the hashtag Trinity Blending Buddy and then tag Trinity. You can win a $10 gift certificate from Trinity Stamps. And that's up until June 30th. So if you have the blending buddies, make yourself a storage. If you don't have them, why not? So all I'm doing is just adding dots, and most of this will probably be covered up anyway, but I want my shoreline to be kind of realistic looking. So these would be the bubbles coming out from the sea. I almost feel like splattering them instead. Get lazy. Yeah. Do you think it's George's baby? No, because if it's a kitten, he hasn't been outside in over a year. Did you see the kitten, Mike? I'm excited. Let's steal it. Is it black? Yeah, I'm liking the outcome of this. So right now, Maddie, I'm making a shoreline, and our Viking is going to go on the shoreline, and he's going to have a friend, which is going to be this little crab, because I think it'll be cute. And right now, I'm just trying to make, the white bubbles that you see come on shore as the waves come on. So I don't know where this would be, like in the world, but it almost looks like the Caribbean. Do you think the Vikings went to the Caribbean? This gnome Viking gets around. I think I need a little stamp to do this job. Oh, baby kitty. Oh. Oh, you want to see the gnome? Isn't that funny? I love a Viking gnome. Anyway, my link is listed in the description box below. I didn't want to put this specific link, but if you use that link and look up Norse gnome, you'll find it at Trinity, and I'm sure he'll be one that goes on sale frequently because he's older, but we still have lots of inventory of him. So I thought I'd bring him back to life. Almost done making these stinking bubbles, you guys. Hi, Frida. Good to see you. You dislike gnomes now? How come? Did one scare you, Diane? I didn't ever used to like gnomes very much either until Trinity Stamps gnomes, because most gnomes look creepy to me, but these guys are all too stinking cute. So I used our Space Fog stencil to kind of get this little shoreline. Let's get a little bit of water coming out. And I used my blending buddy, which I love them for oxides, friends. I haven't tried it yet, and so I'm happy about it. You guys know I use them all the time for distress inks, and all my inks, my Simon Hurley inks, all of them. Okay, there's his little background. You'll pay me to make. I will not let you pay me. I'll just make you a card. You can have this one. Let's clean this off. You want me to stamp you a few and cut them out for you? I will. So I spent the morning this morning. Let's put stuff away as it goes so I don't end up in a giant mess. Creating stuff for my next junk journal. And I'm going to share it on in my Facebook group for any of my friends who do junk journaling. Um, it's all Asian inspired. I procured all of the images from a public domain website. Actually, it's the Library of Congress. So there's no worry, about what you do with them. There's no like, oh, you shouldn't use them or share them. So that's why I'm going to share them, but I'm not going to sell them. A shirtless gnome with a six-pack and it messed up your program. Diane. Well, maybe this guy's shirtless with the six-pack. You don't know because he's got all that hair. Put the Spacebog stencil back. Well, and two, thank you, TJ. I really wanted to focus on Trinity Stamps because I'm grateful, grateful, grateful to them for sending me all these things that they send me for free as being part of the design team, but also just such a generous person Tanisha is. Okay, let's get this stamp out, get him going, because I'm gonna have to color him. And I think I'll color him with alcohol markers. Oh, you're Paula's high school mascot. Oh, hi, Paula, by the way, is a gnome. How fun. All right, let's get gnome out. Let's get our mini Misty. And I'm going to get some alcohol marker friendly paper. What I'm using is the Stamp and Blend paper from Crafty Critta because I like alcohol marker coloring with it. And I'm also going to get the little crab out because he needs a little friend. Let's see, nope. I was hoping I could get that apart without losing that, but not a chance. Because I have plenty of shoreline stamps that I could use, but I really wanted to focus on using only Trinity product. Oh, those rocks might work too, don't you think? Like that might be something the crab can skid on. This is the Mermazing set. I'm not a big mermaid fan, but Carrie heard me on a live one time say, I don't have anything mermaid, so she sent me this set. So I don't hate mermaids. Please don't, go around hating on me because I'm not a mermaid fan. Hi, Irma. Good to see you. And I'm going to stamp. Let me just kind of condition this stamp a little with the kind of dirt that might be on my fingers, which could be a lot, even though I just scrubbed my hands with a scrub brush. And I'm going to use the Simon Hurley Stellar ink. And this Viking is going to be a red beard because I'm all about red hair. Love, love, love red hair, and especially on Vikings. Yeah, I got to bring out a sassy crab. Get a little bit more down here. Good press. Get a little bit more around his mustachio. Viking gnome. soon as I saw that, I went, you gotta be kidding me. That is, I gotta have it. So plenty of stock for this guy. I don't know when he came out. Does it say on here? No, 2022. So this is pretty old. I do, Cece. I don't rarely ever do people. I do them if they are required, something that the manufacturer has created that has eyes on it, and I'm supposed to design with it, but typically, or is people, but typically I don't do people because I'm just kind of a realist. I don't know. And everybody knows I don't do people. And it might be the eyes. So for instance, these little mermaids, they're adorable, but if I'm going to have a mermaid, she's going to be an artsy mermaid. And you don't see those that much. I think Pink Ink Images has an artsy one. I know they have an artsy merman. Story. Hi, Carrie. Sorry about that, friends. And if my air conditioner is too loud, so sorry, but it has to be on. It's almost 90 degrees here and humid as all get out. So what I do here, in case you don't know, let me move some things around real quick. Mike got me this little rolling stand that came from a dialysis clinic, and they were throwing all their old furniture out because they were moving. And he got me this rolling stand. So now I've got a couple of things that roll around in here. So I'm going to start with this guy's beard here. And since he's going to be a redhead, and I'm going to write these down because, friends, I will forget like in a second what I just said. That's the nature of me. Now, where's my little notepad? Don't know. Where'd you go? Here you are. Got this little guy from Top Flight Stamps. She sent it to me with my order. I don't know if I love this part though, because I like things to kind of sit flat. So it looks like, and I want to write them down in the order that I'm going to use them. Because sometimes, like the caps on a hoo-hoo markers are not representative of what's real. Looking for my pen, friends. It's nowhere. I have a million. I guess we'll use a pencil. Why not? Okay, so Redbeard, we're going to definitely go with YR172. Oops, that's a protector. YR172. E490. YR260. And I need something that's kind of more blondish. We'll do YR1. Okay. See Dina above about salt. Celtic sea salt. Yeah, I know, Dina, it does have less sodium. It's still got sodium, and trust me though, push comes to shove, I'll use a little bit, So what I do, friends, is I keep a food diary and I write down everything I eat and how much sodium it has in it. I can't tell you how much time I spend on Google looking up nutrition facts. But so I make a budget. And let's just say for dinner, I want something high in sodium. Then on my budget, I'm having fruit and yogurt all day. Ah, thank you for that information. Hi, Abraham. Okay, so YR172. Uh-oh, where are you? There you are. Is the darkest, then E490. All right, where are you? 300, 310, 240, 370, 380, 400, 440, 450, 460, 470, 490. Okay. YR 260. Which is yellowish brown, and then YR1, which is more of a gold. All right. It is amazing what foods have a ton of salt and a ton of sugar, you know, that you don't expect to see. Okay, mustachio. Let's, now I need to decide whether I want to go from dark to light or light to dark. I think I'm going to go from dark to light. Okay, yay, this one has a fine tip, although a brush tip is sometimes handier. So I'm going to come in and just kind of get my shadows in here. Oh my gosh, this gnome, I just cannot even get over it. A little bit of shadow going in there. And then I'm definitely going to have to get some shadow going here. My little red-headed friend. Most of him is hair, so we're pretty good on picking out colors here. Let's come around these edges here a little bit. He could even be almost blonde. With the red tones to it. And I could definitely go a darker red. So I may not be checking the chat as frequently because I'm focused here on what I'm doing. But I will try. And thank you for putting things in all caps for me in some places, Pam. I appreciate that. Okay. Salad with no sodium dressing. Well, I mean, honestly, fruits and vegetables have a little bit of sodium in them, but not a lot. What does and what's surprising is dang condiments. So color how you color. I'm not a professional colorist. I'm definitely not Meg. But I really do enjoy coloring. Ish. More than I used to anyway. It is like hay live on water, and no, I don't even like water. I drink it because I know I need to, but I don't like it. It's, I mean, it doesn't have any flavor, so how could I say, oh, you don't like water? Well, because it kind of makes me get a little bit of a bubble gut. And I don't like that. Yeah, yeah, we do need a little bit of sodium. So a person who has high blood pressure Should try and keep it under 1,500, but better under 1,000. Best, around 1,200, and that's what I'm kind of do. So this is the kind of a little bit darker, more in the blonde range. All right, let's get this lightest one, which was YR260. Get this beard done and then start working on the hair. Like I said, this guy's almost all just hair. Anybody still follow Ryan? I know he's been doing coloring, but I don't know that he's been online doing it. Haven't seen him. He changes his name, so sometimes I see him and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I see him accidentally. I like coffee. I just drink coffee. Coffee and some water, not much. This was the YR1. I wanted that. Okay. Let's work on the hair. We've got these little braids, and I'm using the fine tip on this one because I have it. Sometimes the fine tip isn't exactly what you want. We've got all these little ponytail things here. So it's going to be darker as it comes into those. It's going to be dark here under the mustache, so I'll just go ahead and leave that almost solid. It's going to be dark under our hat. I wonder what color his boots are. Probably brown, huh? Oops, I accidentally colored his face. I'll fix that. Yeah, I see him on Instagram too. That's basically where I've seen most of his work. Okay, the E490. And the YR260. And that looks darker than it actually is because it's wet. Once it dries, it'll lighten up. Everything will kind of blend out. I need to fix his face. I screwed up there and got some on his face. I thought it was hair. I don't want to use a white pen though, because if I use a white pen or a white pencil, I won't be able to color over it. So I'll probably try to color out of it once it's kind of dry. And this needs to be blended out a little bit more. Hey, Elizabeth. Hi, Karen. Okay, other side. I think I want to go a little bit darker around the bottoms of the braids. I'm going to use the fancy ponytail or whatever it is. I'm going to go over it with the darkest one again. Well, I was thinking about him because what a good job he does coloring. Sometimes there's just no time for all that, you know? I think his outfit is brown too. And these little things, I don't know. I don't know what color I'll make them. The little ties, but I would assume they're leather, which would be in the same color range. Oh, good to hear, Dina. Thank you. I will try that. Listen, I'm willing to try just about anything. All right, let's get the other hair. I've been watching this YouTuber that teaches shading, but she teaches it in pencil, and I really like pencil shading. It's fun. Hey, Shanna. Okay, then we had the E490. And we had the YR260. What do you guys think? Think he'll pass for a red? Oh, I didn't get the bottom of his beard. Think he'll pass for a red? Yeah, I'll put a layer of pencil over my marker, but I'll probably try and bleed it out first, because if I put pencil and then I try to put color on the skin, the color won't look the same as the other side. So I'm going to have to think about that for a few minutes before I decide what to do about it. Okay. I think I need to add just a little bit more shading here at the bottom of this little ponytail. E490. That's a good idea, though. Oftentimes, that's what I'll do when I'm trying to lighten something up, is I'll just do pencil. And I might be able to pencil the color, the skin color, completely over it, whatever color I decide to do the skin. I don't know. Aren't Vikings pretty pale because they live in a pineapple under the sea? No. Nils. Okay. Karen wants to name him Nils Odegaard. I've been watching, speaking of Norwegian, I've been watching Shameless, and I realized it has nothing to do with this, but William H. Macy, in another movie, he lives in Minnesota, and lots of guards there. This guard and that guard. Let me just run a little bit of colorless blender over this. See if it'll pick some of this up. Let me grab a scrap piece of paper here. I might be able to get it off of here. Yeah, I got a good share of it off. Trying to load your channel. Wait, I want to back up and read because oh, just finished a video. Yeah, these are my Ohuhu alcohol markers. They're the only ones I basically have. I do have a few Arteza like in skin tones, and I have some Cali Arts that are put away, and I have a few of those tri-blend things. Let's do these a more redder tone of leather. So let's go with E080 and E120. All right, where is E080? No, not E. Oh, that's an R. Never mind. E060, E080. Your Vikings and your kit are, yeah, they are. They are rather glistening. Yeah. Okay. I'm just doing two colors on this one. I mean, they were leather or metal, right? E120. Yeah, I like that. It just makes them stand out a little bit more. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pencil and do a little shading. Maybe not. But I feel like pencil shading is in order. Okay, let's get the skin done and out of the way. I think his boots are going to be kind of a grayish black. We're going to do skin and E010 and R080. Okay, E0. That might be over here. Oh, no, we're going to do these two colors since it's the last thing I used for skin. It just will be handy. I did smudge my black a little there. I don't see this Simon Hurley ink smudging that much, but sometimes it does. There, we kind of got it fixed. Oh, I want some sourdough. Gosh. Do you know what's so... Never mind. I don't even want to talk about it. Okay, he's got a little bit of skin showing above his gloves here. So we're just going to call it right there. This is a lot of coloring, friends. I didn't think this through. So this looks like it's going to be metal. This looks like it's going to be leather. So let's stick with the dark leather that we used for his little hair bands. Crazy. I got a song stuck in my head, and it's from American Horror Story. It's the little song that, can't remember his name, Evan, I think, whistles before he commits a murder. And if you've watched American Horror Story, you know the tune I'm talking about. Roasted radishes. I do like roasted vegetables. You know, I don't try to make a distinction. I just count how much sodium's in it. Wait, why did I grab that one? Because that's the one I meant to grab. It's actually lighter. I don't know why it looks darker, but it's actually lighter. Or I got them backwards, and that happens sometimes. And I'll use white pencil to do any kind of highlights I might want. Okay, we got hat. I think gloves and boots will be black. This stuff's all going to be silvers. Oh, horns. Okay, we'll use these two colors for the horns. Or are the horns metal? I don't know. Okay, Tanya, that's fine. No, because it doesn't. I started to do an app and it didn't count sodium. And I'm like, well, I want my money back. Because I'm not looking to count calories or carbs. I'm just looking to count sodium. I mean, if you do that and all, the main thing is if you just ditch processed foods, it's going to help a lot with your intake. Okay. I'm going to do his little pants. I'm just going to do those in a solid color, this solid dark color. Do Vikings wear pants? I don't know. I started to watch a show on TV about Vikings, but yeah, you're right, Karen. Oh, I understand. Oh, I've got two Karens here. Cool. So for my black, I think I'm going to go with the cool grays. Yeah, maybe I'll go with the warm grays, but there's not. Let's go. Let's put these. So what I do when I'm done with my pens, because I keep them organized, is I just put them in this thing, which was a, I don't know, a creamer container or something. And then I put them away when it gets full or I start knocking it over too much. And then I've got my grays in another little, this is just a bubbly box. I don't have a lot of fancy schmancy storage. I just use what I have. Okay, I need WG 130. Let's go WG 090. WG 070. That's for the boots and gloves. The other silver stuff's going to have to be a cooler gray. So, you know, Shanna, that was my problem. My main problem is processed foods. Sausage, bacon, pepperoni, salami, American cheese, you know, the bad stuff. The bad stuff. I'm the first to admit I am a bad stuff eater. And like frozen hash browns, just poison, poison, eating a lot of poison. And so my body rebelled and I got sick. And I know that happens on low carb because I've done low carb before too. And at this point, I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm just trying to get healthy. I'm just trying to lower my blood pressure. I know that losing weight will do that. And I also know that doing this will help me lose weight because if I have to write stuff down, I won't eat sometimes. Let's go in with this lighter warm gray here. I'm just a bad kid. This one almost doesn't even look like a boot. I hope I'm doing it right. Oh yeah, see, I love popcorn too, but with my popcorn, I like a little popcorn with my butter and salt. It's just basically a vehicle for butter and salt. Okay, I thought I got a lighter warm gray out. I guess I didn't. Let's go warm gray 1. Boop, boop, where are you? There you are. There we go. That'll pull it all together. Pulling them out. I don't know if Copics are better than these because I don't have Copics, but these are okay. And or Olos. Okay, and I'm going to do the bottom of the boot black. And I'm just going to do them straight black. It is sad without bacon. So, but I was talking to my friend Blossom the other day, and it turns out because she eats bacon fat, and I threw mine out because I thought it would be high in sodium. There's absolutely no sodium in bacon fat, just the bacon itself. So, but now I have no way of rendering bacon fat unless Mike cooks bacon, and he does sometimes. Okay, let's get the gloves. We're almost done with Viking. Allergic to pork. See, if I was allergic to pork products, I probably wouldn't be fat. Although, you know, I'm not allergic to sweets, so. I'm allergic to wine, though, and I'm allergic to shellfish. See, I like these better as warm gray. I just feel like they pull it together more. I don't know what that is, but I'm coloring it warm gray. I'm getting ink all over me. 090. And 070. Okay, now we just have to color as metal. Hey, Michelle. Oh, thank you, Don. All right, so we're going to go with the cool grays with the metals. So I'm going to go with the cool gray 2s, I think. No, let's go cool gray 020. See if I can find you. They're all here, but that doesn't mean I can find them. That's green gray. There's 030. What's that look like? Yeah, I do want that. Cool gray 2, I want that. Do I not have cool gray 020? I must. I have all of them. There it is. Okay. So this is the darkest, that's the lightest, there's the in-between. This is going to be dark though. Ooh, and that's got to be wood. What is this thing right here sticking out? I don't know. All right, let's do one thing at a time, friends. Just going to fill this whole thing in with the lightest tone first. That's the longest thing it takes making cards is really coloring them. And then the darkest. And then I'm going to do, let's see here, how do I want to fill in those little divots? I'm going to grab my little white pen here. I want my number 10, I think. I can find it. Here we go. Make sure it's running. I'll just add a little bit of light within these. Seriously? I don't know if you guys have any luck with this brand, but I really do not. They just tick me off. I'm getting nothing. You suck. All right, let's try something else. We'll try the 8. Oh, it's the top of his mitt. Okay, got. Well, oh, like he's hanging around. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, this one's working. My 10 just feels like being stubborn. Let me just get that colored real quick. I don't know if I'm going to pay attention to a bunch of shading. Okay, let's do this thing. Well, the number 8, I mean, I hadn't had problems with the number 10 before, but I did now. So I'm just going to fill the whole thing in with the lightest gray. Oh, that's the lightest gray. I think it is. And then and then and then make sure I've got the brush. Actually, that needs a dark spot. Let's grab this glaze pen. Let's see if I can't just, these kind of dry out sometimes. Add a little bit of shading there so they look like they're deeper than they actually are. I won't be able to get a tip in there with these guys. They'll bleed out. Okay, axe. I want it darker. So sticking with the cool grays, let's start with the 070. It really helps if you can see better than I can see. Where are you, mister? I know I don't have it out already. We'll do this one. That's fine. Since I can't find it. You guys, I know it's here. I just can't see it. Oh, here it is. Okay. Do, 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 do. Let's see. Let's go CG5. That's GG5. I really need to make like a separator inside of this thing. Geth pen from Amazon, gold, silver, and white. Do they? Okay. Number 6 nib, I could live with that. I wish number 5s would work because that's what I like to, make like star type highlights and stuff. But I end up having to use my 8 because my 5 just acts like a jerk. Okay, cool gray 5. And let's go then cool gray 2. I know you're here because I just used you. This really could use some texture on it, like it looks like it'd been hammered. So I think that's what I'll do. Just throw some a little bit of texture in here. The white pen. And then I will use the lightest cool gray. Almost done coloring, friends. These guys will be easy. Oh, you store them on your sides. Blood, add blood to the axe. Blossom. I would love to in a perfect world where I'm not trying to get a company to share my work. Like for Halloween or something, maybe. But as a rule, I think not. That's funny though. I mean, totally makes perfect sense. Shine going on his axe. Come on. Don't be a dork. This is where I get shaky, is trying to add shine. Especially if my pen doesn't want to work for me. Okay, so it needs to have a wooden handle. Let's go BR1 and E370. Um, oh, I don't have room to store things sideways. Everything has to be vertical in this place. Oops, not that end. Okay, there's Viking. Managed to fix his face pretty good there where I accidentally colored him in just by bleeding it out. Let's just get a little bit of highlight going here. A bit of highlight on his nose. Highlights on his hat. Highlight on the horns. I don't think I want highlight on his beard. I feel like I'll break it if I do that. We'll get a little highlight going on the gloves and on the boots. I don't want to break it. Get a little highlight there on that piece, which we think is probably part of his mitt. Okay, there's that. Let's get the rock, which I'm going to just do in cool grays. A gnome crime scene. I mean, honestly, at Trinity we have a gnome set that can be made into anything. It's the springtime gnomes. You can do anything with that thing. And I've done plenty. Darker towards the bottom. And even darker. little shadow around there. Okay, we've got our rocks, now our little crab. And he's going to be red, so we're going to do R180. He's so small, I don't need a bunch. Let's do R180 and R. I don't know. R180, and I think I want to go R070. Okay. Where's R180 and where's R070? There we go. So I can't live without this chart, my friends. I wouldn't even ever color if I didn't have it, because oh, the springtime gnomes? Yes. But I've also taken the little gnome from the craft roulette set and done little rock stars and just it's just a matter of how you dress them up. I don't know what color eyes the crabs have. I think they're white. The blending buddies, yeah, it's probably best to wait till they go on sale. Okay, these can go in that bucket. These can all go back, and we're done coloring. Oh, there's a missing hair. Let's get a little bit of Jelly Roll pen going on our rock here. A little bit of highlight going on our crab. And we'll get them cut out. The very first stamp, or well, the second stamp set from Craft Roulette does have a gnome. Don't need this anymore. Okay. Here's our background. Here's our gnome guy, our crab, and our rocks. Let's get the dies. I'm going to have to cut these dies apart, but there's not a bunch of them, so that'll be simple. What time is it? Oh, yeah, I went over a little. See how it does take a long time to create a card like this? Even, you know, like I stopped to check the chat and stuff a little bit, but not a lot. And this is exactly why I store these in Ziploc baggies. I don't like storing on that stuff because it frustrates me. Let's get my little clipper parters. We're going to need this. Uh-oh, where are they? Here they are. Okay. Okay, now let's see. Let's look at this platform and see how I need to trim that other piece so it'll all fit. Will it fit? I don't think he's going to fit. I have to get him exactly like that to get him to go. The ones you're making for Abraham are time suckers. Oh, that's sweet of you. But yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of edge cutting around this so that it'll all fit in the little Spellbinders guy, so I don't have to go over to my Vagabond. I don't care if the paper hangs over a little. Not a big deal. Make sure I get him straight. I moved him. I know, I felt it. This isn't the most sturdy platform if it's not pushed in. All right, close enough. Okay, get you turned just so. And in you go. No, my Empress isn't out of commission. It's just not as fast as this. You know what? Listen, I'm looking for expediency sometimes, and this works great. I just don't love I don't love how long this is. I wish there was a shorter one because it just takes longer to run it. Look at that. Shut up. That's so cute. I almost feel like fussy cutting those little parts out though, and I might do that. I might very well do that. All right, little crab and little rock. I'll have to clean all this up before we go live tomorrow, Dawn and I. I'm just going to probably just dump these. Probably, I know my crab is loose because I used him for something else, but I bet you the rocks are attached to something. Where'd it go? Crab. Ah, the rocks are free. Yay! All right. Do my little crab. Do my little rocks. See how quick that is? Like, bam, it's done. That's why I love my sidekick, but the rollers got loose on me, and so I can't use it anymore. It doesn't cut very well anymore. Oops, totally didn't get a spot on that. That's because I had it too close to the end. That's my bad. Get you over there. Get you back on here and get you all the way cut out. Fit. Okay. I heard it go clank, meaning it didn't get that spot. Better have. Ooh, I see part of the problem. I don't have this bottom piece on tight enough. Okay, let's go back the other way. That's why it was doing that. There we go. That's cut out for sure now. All right, let's put this bad boy together and get it done. I don't know if he can tighten the roller. I hope they come out with smaller plates. I mean, even this platform link, that platform link is definitely handy. And sorry if that was a loud slammy noise. Let's trim this guy down. Go for 5 5 1/4. Rocks. Little friend, crab friend, climbing up on the rocks. Go up a little bit higher. Okay. Thanks, Pam. Oh, yes, there's so many fun things to do with the gnomes. Let's see, I'm going to use my PVA, and the reason for that is because my art glitter needs to be refilled. You know, guys, and I hope you don't mind, it's going to take me a couple minutes, but I really want to cut that out. I really don't want that there. So I'm going to hand cut it. Let's put the pin back on my glue real quick. I mean, it's way outside of warranty, so I'm not really worried about voiding the warranty, that's for sure. Do do do. See, I think it just looks better with that cut out. I could have done a neater job of it, but I didn't, so there's that. The rest of that with scissors. A couple other little tiny spots that I would rather be cut out ish. You guys mind? No, I don't mind fussy cutting. One single bit. There. I just feel better about, oh, wait a sec. Let's get little crab too. Now this guy is going to be tricky because he's so small. I'm going to need my tweezers just to pick him up. But I want to cut out that white inside of there. Oh, I've never messed up with my finger blade, ever. That doesn't mean I won't. But so far, I've had great luck with it. I mean, as long as you point it away from yourself, you're in pretty good shape. Seeing that better with just that little part cut out? I think it is. I just have to be careful I don't rip his little arms because they're now very dainty, which is why the die is made that way, I'm sure. And I have cut so much chipboard with one of these that I hurt my shoulder years ago from dragging through heavy chipboard. And so I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore. I've got the Tim Holtz rotary trimmer, and it really is great for that. These little parts I could have probably done with scissors, but I feel like the blade's going to be a better choice in most cases. And then I can just do any little corrections with my scissors. Like I got a little hairy piece right there. He's a little bit square-eyed right here, so let's round those up a little. And I got a little close to the black line, but that's okay. Oops, come back here, you. Holding the doggone thing with my hand is the hardest part. Because I don't have, you know, a lot of finger strength. You know what? Let's go ahead and get up under here. There. Okay, now back to putting the card together. Move all this crap out of the way. Don't go breaking your crabs. Don't go breaking my crabs. Thank you, Cece. I don't have any little googly eyes. I only have big ones. Okay, let's get this down onto a card base. And I'm going to put it on, of course, a craft card base. The only thing about my craft cards card stock, it warps. I don't know what its problem is, but it never stays flat. I flatten it down the best I can with my bone folder. All right, back to putting the card together. Yeah, you kind of just get used to what you're used to as far as cutting goes. My grandmother used to cut the most delicate little areas with just these tiny embroidery scissors. First of all, I don't know how she had the dang eyesight to do that. I couldn't see it well enough, and I'm wearing glasses. I think I probably need new glasses, though. Don't go fogging my heart. All right, let's get you down. Let me just decide where everybody goes here. He's coming to see what's going on with this crazy redhead that's yelling and screaming. I'll put my sentiment up there. No, I don't have any tiny googly eyes. Yes, thank you, Blossom. Appreciate that. I love an earworm. No, I'm still got the American Horror Story earworm stuck in my head. When I'm done here, though, I'll probably watch Diane maybe, or go back. I've been watching Shameless again. My favorite is the British version, but you can't get that here in the States. So I watch the American version and live with it. I just love seeing dysfunctional families. And they're about the worst. How are we sitting on time, Mike? I'm almost done, babe. Are you cooking the fish? Pop little crab up, because he deserves a little bit of a pop up. Just a wee bit. I'm going to use one of these funky ones that I fight with all the time. Just going to use one. So he's kind of climbing up the rock. And then sentiments. Which one? May thou have an epic birthday. Have a Norse day. Or I've taken a real Viking to you. I think that one works well because there's the crab. Yeah. I need a couple more hours, Amy. Come on now. Why, you want me to get the flowers out next? Maybe next time. All right, let's get this one. And let me think about, do I want to do black on white on black? Black on white? Do I want to go crazy and do, you know what? I'm going to go crazy. Let's get a little piece of scrap. Don't go breaking. Oh, stop. You're right. It's stuck in my head. I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too. Let's use some Burst Fine Clair for this. Let's use Acorn. Ooh, I touched my keyboard. Don't touch your keyboard. That keyboard is so sensitive, it'll just lock up if I accidentally touch one key. It makes me nuts. Try not to press too hard and smush it, but at the same time, there we go. Okay, now I'm going to have to find the die that goes with that. one of these. It must be this one. Okay, gonna go over my trash can here and cut off these long pieces. Well, I hope you guys liked this video and had some fun here. If you did, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. And of course, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. Hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I go live. I've started saying that in the beginnings of my pre-recorded videos. I find that people remember to hit that like button. I mean, oftentimes I won't hit a like until I've actually watched the video, but I won't hit a dislike. Okay. See, in this case, this is where my sidekick is my best friend because it's so small. Okay. Okay. I'm a little happier with it now that I got the magic mat for it, though. Just an FYI. And I'm just going to go like that, so it's faster. Make sure I got it all the way. Okay. I did. Okay. Oh, thank you everybody for coming and spending your time with me. I've taken a real Viking to you. Okay. Cannot grab that with my fingers. Oops, better put that over there or I will lose it. I don't want to cover his face, but I do want to go over top of it a little bit. Okay. So close, friends. So close. See if I can make just the second one work, and that's all I need. I almost feel like splattering this, but I'm not going to because I'm afraid I'll wreck it. So we'll leave it nice and clean. This is kind of where I want it. Oops, I just got glue there, but no, that's where I want it. That's where my brain wants it to go. Okay, there it is. Our little Norse snow from Trinity Stamps and our little crab from the Mermazing stamp set, little rock, little background. Yeah, I'm starving. I didn't do anything with the inside. That's typical, but and then I used our space fog as a stencil and a mask to kind of create my little shoreline. Thanks for coming, everybody. I hope you all take care, and I hope to see a lot of you, if not all of you, tomorrow morning when I'm live with Dawn, 9 o'clock Central, with our junk journaling series. Viking sneeze debris. Take care, everybody. Bye.